Hello guys, welcome to our channel. My name is Yogesh and today I am going to discuss about probability mass function and the probability density function. So in my previous video I have already discussed about the random variable and the types of random variable, discrete and the continuous. Let's revise first. Okay. Discrete variables means a countable numbers of possible values like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And the probability of each value of discrete random variables is between 0 and 1, and the sum of all the probabilities is equal to 1. So in last example, we have seen one example of random variable, how to denote a random variable and how to map the event to a random variable value and how to find out the probability of random variable. So now let's discuss probability mass function. Probability, there are two type of probability function. One is probability mass function and another one is probability density function. So probability mass function is mostly used for discrete random variable. In discrete means I already discussed, like it is taking a countable numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. So let's discuss by using of one example so that it will be cleared more. So here I am giving an example of coin flips, and when a coin is flipped three times the sample space will be. So there's how the sample space is calculated based of the getting outcomes. Like we can get a three heads, we can get a two heads and one tail, two heads and one tail, two heads and one tail, two tails and one head and two tails and one head, and all tails. So this is the sample space. This is how the sample space is calculated based on the output. And if x is the number of heads, then x is a random variable whose probability distribution is as follows. So here we are taking a x as a random variable, which is the number of heads. So here possible events, like there is might be a case of all tails we are getting. So there the random variable value will be 0, and probability of getting 0, like not getting any head, is only 1, and total space available is sample total outcomes is 8. So probability will be equal to 1 by 8. Here in this case, getting number of heads, here we are getting, this is the one conditions, 0, 1, 2, 3. Here we are taking a like for 0, 1, 2, 3 as a value. Like we are flip the coin three times. So here what will be the like random variable 0, 1, 2, 3. So for the 0 case, if we are getting 1, 3 by 8 probability in one, like HTT, THT, TTH. In three cases we are getting a head one times. Two times means we are getting a head two times. So what are the probabilities of getting ahead two times? So there are in favorable conditions outcomes are 3 and total outcomes are 8. So 3 by 8, and 3 means we are getting ahead three times. So favorable condition is equal to 1 and total outcomes is 1 by 8. The summation of the probability is always equal to 1. This is the main concept of any probability function, is that the probability of each value is always less than 0, always less than 1, or between 0 and 1, and the summation of all the probabilities is equal to 1. That's the main conditions for the any probability function. If we are not getting a result in between 0 and 1, and the summation of all the probabilities of each value or total value is equal to 1, then might be a problem, or you are getting some issue in related problems. So this is how probability is calculated based on the sample space and the possible outcomes. And the probability distributions of a discrete random variables is a list of probabilities associated with each of its possible values. So here we are considering tossing a fair coin three times, and the defined random variables, the number of heads obtained. So there might be a case flip 3 times, and there might be a case we are getting not ahead 0 times, we are getting ahead 1 times, we are getting ahead 2 times, and we are getting ahead 3 times. So based on that, we have already calculated the probability of each value or each for the random variable x, and we are draw a curve between value and the probability. So for the 0 we are getting a 1 by 8, for the 1 we are getting a 3 by 8, for 2 we are getting a 2 by 8, and the for 3 we are getting a 1 by 8. So here we are getting a histogram. So this is the probability mass function is uh, done based on the calculated probability of random variable. This is how probability mass function is defined, or this is how probability mass function is plotted. So this is all about probability mass function, probability mass function for the discrete variable. Now understand probability density functions, basics of probability density functions, because there are lots of distributions available in probability density functions because it's a continuous curve. So what the probability density function is, the graph of continuous probability function. Continuous variable is a curve. The probability is defined area under the curve. The curve is called probability density function, and we use density function fx to draw a probability distribution. How probability distribution is calculated we will see in by using of an example, and its probability density function is calculated for the continuous random variable. What is continuous random variable? I've already discussed in my previous video. Here I also have tried to define continuous variables where the data can take infinitely many values, or we are getting when we are plotting a curve between values and the probability, we are getting a continuous curve. There are some examples related to continuous variables, might be height, weight, time taken to finish work, hours, rain in inches. That's are the example of continuous variable. And the probability density function, here we are taking like density function fx dx, the minus infinity to infinity, and we are calculating the probability area under the curve. So if we are calculating the minus infinity to infinity, the probability is always equal to 1. Or here ft is defined the density function. If t is less than 0, the value is 0. If t is greater than equal to 0, value is this density function. So based on that, we have to calculate the probability distribution function. So what will be the probability for the range for a to b? So here we are changing the range of density function a to b fx dx, and based on that we are putting a value into fx, and we are changing the limit from t, and we are calculating the probability. We will see by using of some examples related to different type of distributions. Here I am only giving the some basics information related to probability density function, because it's a very huge, because there are multiple distributions comes like uniform distributions, Bernoulli distributions, Poisson distributions, normal distributions, binomial distributions, exponential distribution. Why we are getting different types of distributions in probability density function? Because we are getting a curve. A curve might be a different type because based on the function what we are using. So what are the function we are using in particular distributions, and why we are getting this type of curves? So we will define one by one in next class. So that's all for today. Stay safe and keep learning. Thank you very much.